All right, guys, welcome back into another NBA DFS video. My name is Polzin with 9to5 Sports. Going to be breaking down this massive 14-game slate. Going to be touching on the top guard plays, the top forward plays, the top centers, giving you guys my core plays after that, and then getting into the lineup process for you guys, showing you guys my first slick build, as well as what the DraftKings lineup optimizer is spitting out to us. Obviously, as the day goes on, this is a massive slate. Things are going to adjust throughout the day. That's just something we got to be checking in on. So if you guys enjoy the coverage, make sure to give a like and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. So starting at the guard position. Okay, I do think Luka going against Houston is going to be obviously a great starting point, and there's going to be enough value to the point where you should be able to play him. Okay, you know, it's kind of simple. Yes, he's the highest priced player at the guard position, but at the same time, I think he's going to be a strong price point play. Going ahead and getting lower, like LaMelo Ball is firmly priced up now. I would say if Terry Rozier is still out, then yes, we could go ahead and play Ball, especially in GPPs. Maybe not so much in cash, but if Terry Rozier is active, then LaMelo Ball is kind of priced up too much to the point where we can't really play him. So he is kind of predicated on Terry Rozier being active or inactive. From there, we get news that Devin Booker is going to be out and Cam Payne is already out as well. So that means someone like CP3 is going to be a strong, safe price point play. Okay, we have seen him go for 39, 51, 39, 50, and 38. So what does that tell us? Well, he's probably going to go for like 50 DK points tonight, that every other streak. But yeah, he should be a high floor play for you. Kind of struggled. Actually, last game against Washington, it wasn't until like the final rotation that he really went off. Before that, he definitely had the icicle going. So he is someone that, you know, should be a strong price point play. I don't mind him. I don't know if we need to go out of our way to play him on this type of slate. Looking at Kyrie Irving at 8.7, this feels like it's a little bit too cheap for him for the consistency that he's had. I mean, basically every game over the past month, I shouldn't say the past month, over the past 3 weeks has been over 40 DK points. Okay, he's already averaging 43 DK points on the season. Gets a good matchup against Milwaukee, and I say good in terms of good game. Like, this game should stay close. They shouldn't really be blowing anyone out. And as we can see, the games that they have been in have been very high scoring games. So the chances of Kyrie going off are going to be greater in a higher scoring game. Looking at CJ McCollum, he just went off last night. All right, and that was with Zion Williamson out. If we get news that he's going to sit out again, then CJ McCollum is going to be tough not to play, even at this price point. Still, like, it's kind of like CP3. Like, he should have a nice safe floor, but at the same time, the ceiling should be there. The only worry would be that it is the back end of a back-to-back. Now, I do expect Zion to play, but if he sits, then we're looking at CJ McCollum once again. Okay, that would be a great starting point, I think, even in this matchup. I mean, obviously, or even at this price point, the matchup is what you like. Going against OKC, that should be a strong matchup. Going lower, I'm fine with Drew Holiday. You know, should be a safe 40 DK point play. Russell Westbrook is going to be a very interesting play. I could easily see him going for about 40 to 50 DK points, especially going against Charlotte. Obviously, with AD still out, the usage and the production for Westbrook is going to be there. You know, in the previous game, only played 23 minutes. Besides that, you know, had been productive. I mean, shoot, 3 out of his last 5 games were 50 DK point games. So that's going to be appealing. I think at his price point, he's going to be a strong price point play. Then if we get news that Keldon Johnson is going to sit tonight as well, I think Devin Vassell would be someone that we are looking at. Had 34 DK points last night. The issue with him would be, again, that it's the back end of a back-to-back. But I think with Keldon Johnson out, he should be a safe, productive play. And it wouldn't be shocking to see him go for 40 DK points. He is someone that I like as well because we can play in the guard or forward position. Obviously, that opens up a little bit more on this slate. I want to touch on Malcolm Brogdon as well. If we get news that Marcus Smart is going to sit once again tonight, Malcolm Brogdon becomes a lock once again. All right, it's one of those things, and that's where it pays to be around before and after lineup block. If we get news, like I said, that Marcus Smart is out, you just have to find a way to put Brogdon into your builds. Last game that happened, and he went for 37 DK points, and that's not fluky. He is just that type of player. Landry Shamet went off last game, which was great for us, but at the same time, now he's priced up, and that's a worry. It wouldn't be shocking to see him go out and have 25 DK points. You know, that's what I would expect from him, but he's not going to go out and get 45 DK points again. And at his current price point of 5.2, that makes him kind of tough to play. Like, still going to be a decent play, but someone I have been struggling to end up on now. Andrew would almost be a lock if we get news that Tyrese Halliburton is going to sit. He is currently questionable. If he were to sit, then we'd be looking at him and possibly TJ McConnell as well. But Andrew, you know, just when he gets the minutes, he's very productive, especially in an increased role. Then we got to look at the Chicago value as well. Alex Caruso is ruled out. So that means someone like Kobe White going to get around 30 minutes. Should be, you know, around 20 DK points. Should be a solid 5x play for you. But then we got AO here as well. He's someone that saw 34 minutes last game. Could he get to 20 DK points? Probably. If he's going to get 30 minutes, I would expect him to have a good game. He is someone that, considering the price point, I'd rather play him rather than White. He would make a lot of sense as a value price point play. But then we also have to look at Jose Alvarado as well as a guard play. If everyone is out that was out last game, so Zion basically is the biggest one, then he would be a decent play. He does see an increase in usage with Zion off the court and an increase of minutes and DK production. So we can assume he would get right around 25 minutes, and I think he would get around 20 DK points, which is what he got last game. So him at this price point would be someone that we would have to look at. Obviously, as this day goes on, we'll be able to kind of gear in on which value plays we want to be on the most, but he is someone that I'm currently looking at on this slate. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the forward position. So I do really love LeBron James once again on this game, just with AD off the court. I mean, he has been highly consistent, over 50 DK points in 5 straight games. Going to be tough not to love him, especially in that matchup against Charlotte. Should be a game in which he's able to go off. I think we need to find ways to be able to fit LeBron James into our builds. So Banchero, I still like at this price point. I mean, I don't really get why he's not priced higher, but I'm pretty consistent since he's come back from that injury. It just wouldn't be shocking to see him get 40 DK points, especially against the Spurs, which is a plus matchup. Bruce Brown is someone you could look at if Jamal Murray is out. Obviously, the nice thing about him is that you can play him at the guard or forward position. The minutes should be there. I mean, he should get around 35 minutes with Jamal Murray off the court, and that should be enough to hit value at this price point. Just, can he break the slate? Is he a strong GPP play? No. So I haven't really been able to end up on him, but I did want to call him out for you guys. Torrey Craig, I'd be fine with as a play, GPP play only, because the upside can be there to go for 30 DK points. Just don't love it with, obviously, Devin Booker off the court. Honestly, my biggest issue with this slate is like the lack of great forward plays. Like, there's a lot of stellar, like, good enough plays, like a lot of shoulder shrug plays at the value position or at the forward position. It's just tough to end up on anyone like too much, like gung-ho, I need to play this guy. And that's kind of the theme. Obviously, as the day goes on, some stuff will open up, but I think we're just going to be paying up at this position, whether it be LeBron, whether it be Giannis, maybe Tatum. Like, I'd be fine with paying up for those guys, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the center position. Obviously, AD's out. Porzingis might be out. He sat out last night, and then Cat is going to be out. Okay, so looking at that, with Cat out, I think we just go back to the well with Rudy Gobert. He's been someone that I've been trying to go out of my way to play when he's been active with Cat off the court. Obviously, if Rudy Gobert sits, then we're just rolling with Naz Reid once again. It's kind of just as simple as that. And if Rudy Gobert sits, then we're looking at Anthony Edwards as well. Kind of a big if-then statement, but Rudy Gobert at 7.3 is a very cheap price tag, and he's someone that I'm trying to play on tonight's slate. But then again, we have some other quality center plays that we could easily end up on. So Bam against the Pacers is extremely interesting. We've seen him be much more consistent as of recent, but he did go for 53 DK points, just 9 days ago. So not too high of a price tag for someone that could easily go for 50 plus DK points in a strong matchup. DeAndre Ayton with Devin Booker out is someone that is appealing to me. We have seen him be productive. Really had one game in there where he got injured and wasn't a good play. Another game in which was a blowout, but he was certainly on his way to having a great night. At 7.9, he is someone that I think we need to be going out of our way to play. The matchup with Memphis isn't like perfect, but at the same time, it's NBA DFS. I don't think we have to worry about that too much. So getting lower, I would want to play J-Val. I just don't know if the minutes are going to be there for him on the back end of the back-to-back. If they are going against this matchup against the Thunder, he should be able to go off. Like, this should be a very strong price point play. I mean, he's not going to go for the 70 that he went for against Milwaukee, but if he gets around 25 minutes against OKC, I could see him getting like 40 DK points because of how strong of a matchup it is. So we just got to wait and see, maybe just check in on J-Val just to make sure that he's going to get his full allotment of minutes. Thomas Bryant, I don't think he's priced up enough. He's starting to get there, but at the same time, like, there's still some wiggle room in there, especially in that matchup against Charlotte, which is one of the best matchups on the slate. Thomas Bryant could easily go off again like he did against Sacramento. Like 35 DK points, we would certainly take that at this price tag. And let's just say maybe Porzingis does sit again tonight. Gafford would be someone that I think would be a good play. Obviously, last night that didn't work out. A lot of the Washington Wizards players did not really step up to the occasion, rise to the occasion, if you will. Kevin Love, okay play. I do want to point out, just kind of looking at the Thunder, like forward and center position, because Robinson Earl is still up, but Darius Bazley is going to be back. And so if he's going to be back, you would expect him to get the minutes. Now we have to wait and see. It might be Kenrick Williams still, and that's something we just need to figure out. But obviously, Bazley is going to be much more appealing than Williams, because because Williams is 4.2 and he's gotten, around 30 minutes the last 3 games. So we got to get news on that as well. But Bazley at 3.2 is someone that's going to be tough to pass up on as it sits right now, because heck, he could go for 18 DK points and really help you out. So I'm going to go ahead and put him in there right now because he is looking like one of, if not the best value on the slate thus far. And that's kind of it. So like, obviously we need to kind of reconstruct this to figure out which way we'd want to go exactly with this build. Maybe you don't fit Westbrook in there instead. Maybe you go down from Devin Vassell and maybe go with LeBron instead at the forward position. Need a lower price shooting guard, maybe go Brogdon, hoping that obviously Marcus Smart sits. Jeremy Sochan went off last night as well with Keldon Johnson out. Reggie Bullock's been getting a ton of minutes, especially with DFS out. It's tough to play him though. This is my biggest issue on the slate, is that we just don't have enough news just yet to really feel confident about dialing up a build just yet. So that's why I wanted to do the lineup optimizer. So this is what I'd be looking at for like a first build, which is centered around my core plays, which would be kind of this right now. These would be my core plays. LeBron James going against Charlotte, obviously that's appealing. I expect him to get around 50 DK points. Darius Bazley, just a strong price point play. Right now, DeAndre Ayton, expect him to go for 40 plus. Westbrook, expect him to go for 40 plus. And then Rudy Gobert as well. Just been extremely consistent with Cat off the court. Expect him to go for 40 DK points. So now that's what it's looking like for me. Let's go ahead and show you guys real quick what the lineup optimizer is spitting out to us. So as always, we got to start with just making 2 data points for the lineup optimizer to work off of. So I don't know, 20% max exposure for Luka and 20 for Giannis for now. I just want to see what the optimal lineup is as it sits right now. Okay, so there we go. Obviously these are all going to be a little bit different, but let's see who is spitting out. A very concentrated player pool, and I don't love Zach LaVine. I just don't. So I'd probably definitely adjust this. I would want to get more of LeBron in there, but I just want to give this out to you guys so you guys can see which players are popping up there as well. It's liking Dallas for some reason. But yeah. That's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the coverage. If you did, give a like and subscribe. That helps me be able to put out more content for you guys. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cashing.